Parents terrified, kids exhausted, schools overwhelmed, tech giants counting profits. That's modern teen mental health in America. Tonight, we are going deep because our teens are always online and never okay. I'm Derrick, retired Marine, father, Hoosier, and yes, a guy who had to learn to survive chaos before algorithms ever existed. And if I think the battlefield has changed, trust me, it has. Let's hold them accountable. Imagine waking up at 13 years old. Your alarm isn't your alarm, it's TikTok sounds. You don't stretch, you scroll. You don't say good morning, you check who ignored you overnight. You don't eat breakfast, you eat anxiety. You open your phone and boom, glow up challenge. Translation, hate your face. What I eat in a day. Translation, starve and pretend it's wellness. My boyfriend cheated. So here's a slideshow of our trauma to Taylor Swift. Translation, love is doomed, and your future relationships will be sponsored by Xanax. And then the algorithm whispers, hey kid, want to see who's prettier, richer, and happier than you? Scroll, doom, repeat. Meanwhile, adults are like, why is nobody making eye contact? Why is my kid so anxious? Why won't they go outside? Buddy, they live outside, just not in the world you remember. They live in a digital jungle designed by billion-dollar dopamine dealers. We handed kids infinite information, zero wisdom, and anxiety IV drip, and then wonder why they're breaking. When I was a kid, if someone insulted you, they did it to your face, and you either took it or you settled it behind the gym after school. Now, a kid can get roasted by 500 strangers 24/7 on platforms designed to magnify humiliation for engagement. We used to say, don't talk to strangers. Now it's, here's a rectangle where strangers can comment on your body in real time. Yeah, sure, that'll go great.
Who in your life makes you safe and supported? My family makes me feel safe and supported. They have always been there for me since the day I was born. They have never let me down, never have given up on me through the hard times. And I don't think I could have it any other way.
Let's go back. The 1990s, teens struggled, sure, but they struggled in person. You know what passed for cyberbullying in the 90s? Leaving someone out of your AIM away message. Now, you've got group chats, secret Snap accounts, Finstas, Discord servers your mom thinks is a Minecraft thing, an entire digital ecosystems designed to make kids feel never enough, never seen, and always performing. 1990s reality, you compared yourself to your classmates. You had a bad day at school, then you went home. Your mistake didn't live forever online. 2020's reality, you compare yourself to the entire planet. The humiliation follows you home. You don't get privacy, you get a comment section. And yes, the data tells the story. Depression and anxiety didn't just rise, they spiked once smartphones became oxygen. It wasn't gradual, it was a cliff dive. And the moment iPhones hit lockers, the curve didn't bend, it exploded. Kids aren't just sad, they're drowning. Not because they're weak, but because while fighting a war they didn't enlist in, a war against algorithms, social comparison, digital isolation, constant interruption, perfect bodies, AI beauty filters, clout culture, cancel fear. You tell me if you could have handled that at 14.
One thing older generations did right that we lost, they played outside until dark and weren't always on electronics.
Let's talk about the battles happening right now. You know that saying, kids these days are addicted to their phones. No, they're held hostage by devices engineered like slot machines. Teens aren't on their phones too much. They are expected to exist inside the phone. Homework, phone. Friends, phone. Identity, phone. Validation, phone. They're not scrolling for fun. They're scrolling because silence feels dangerous and comparison feels normal. The feed learns. Ah, you paused on a sad video. Here's 200 more. Ah, you clicked a fitness clip. Here's body dysmorphia with background music. People think algorithms are neutral, That's like saying a casino is neutral about you winning. This part isn't funny. It's horrifying. Teens are being manipulated, blackmailed, groomed, exploited, and predators don't need a playground anymore. They just need Wi Fi. Let's be real. Kids don't need TikTok during algebra. Schools banning phones isn't authoritarian, it's triage. You can't learn quadratic equations when your brain thinks your social life might collapse during second period. Phones at school equals a grenade in a quiet room. Boom! Attention gone. Dopamine fried. Education evaporated. Okay, we've set the battlefield.
One thing I feel adults misunderstand about being a teen today is that juggling school and sports doesn't make us lazy when we get home and don't want to do a bunch of stuff.
Let's break down the machinery behind this crisis, because nothing about this happened by accident. Teen mental health didn't fall apart because kids got soft. It fell apart because we changed the environment faster than human biology can adapt. Think about it. Our nervous systems were built for eye contact, real voices, play, village support, movement, boredom, pauses, nature, sleep. Now kids get notifications, infinite feeds, filtered faces, digital popularity contests, parasocial comparison, vibes-based reality, 24/7 stimulation. And then we tell them, why can't you calm down? Sir, they haven't met calm. Let's name the villain, the algorithm. The algorithm is not a tool. It's a hungry machine engineered to hook you, study you, trigger you, keep you scrolling. Not because it hates kids, because it loves data and dollars. We didn't give children technology. We gave technology children to feed on. Remember cigarettes? We eventually learned nicotine companies engineered addiction. Now tech companies engineer dopamine addiction and tell us it's social connection. That's like calling sugar vitamin happiness. This is not a parent shaming show. Parents today are working longer hours, balancing more screens, managing more chaos, held to unrealistic standards. Without the village past generations had, parenting used to be a team sport. Now it's a solo mission with no sleep and a screen in every pocket. And the tech industry, they built entire platforms on the assumption parents would be too exhausted to monitor. That wasn't an accident, it was a strategy. Kids used to have bike gangs, neighborhood friends, sandlot afternoons, front porch politics, family dinner, churches, rec centers, sports. Now they have group chats, Discord calls, TikTok parasocial friends, Snapchat streak pressure. Did you see what they posted, anxiety? Group chats where they're excluded and don't know why. We didn't lose community. We traded it for connectivity. And connectivity is not connection. One nourishes, the other extracts. Human beings need real presence. Teenagers need it the most. And we replaced real presence with performance. Kids today don't cry in the bathroom at school. They cry in the nurse's office bathroom while Googling, why do I feel like I'm drowning emotionally, but I haven't even lived yet? And Google's like, try learning code. Bro, they need belonging, not Python lesson. And don't get me started on motivational quotes on TikTok. Teen opens app. Rise and grind. If you're not successful by 18, you're a failure. Buddy, you are 13. You should be eating pizza rolls and losing Nerf darts under the couch, not trying to monetize your inner child.
What makes you feel most like yourself, online or offline? In my personal opinion, I believe that offline makes me feel most like myself. The feeling of being on social media can be so isolating at times. Being off of it gives you opportunities to explore new hobbies.
We will not doom scroll our way out of this. We need design changes, culture changes, and home changes. Let's build it piece by piece. Number one, default off at night. We don't let kids drive at 2 a.m. Why are we letting them scroll at 2 a.m.? Phones should ship with auto disable for social apps. Quiet hours that can't be bypassed by a 12-year-old with YouTube tutorials. Sleep mode that protects circadian rhythm. Because no child ever solved identity crises at midnight, became mentally healthier on TikTok at 3 a.m. Sleep is not optional. Sleep is teenage therapy. Number two, age-appropriate design codes. We child-proof medicine bottles, We child-proof electrical outlets. Why not child-proof algorithms? Under 15, no algorithmic feed. Chronological content only. No addictive loops. No targeted ads. No body filter features. No For You page as identity trap. Let them grow first, then give them the digital world, not the other way around. Number 3, counselors in every school. We armored schools against bullets. Now we need to armor them against despair. Add counselors, social workers, peer support programs, mental health literacy classes, parent tech training nights. Teen mental health shouldn't depend on luck of zip code. Number 4, family tech contracts. Kids do better with clarity, not lectures. Family tech contracts work because they set the rules, explain why, create accountability for parents too. And yes, parents, you sign it too, because nothing kills credibility like put your phone down, said by someone scrolling Zillow listings at dinner. I've seen couples argue like, you're addicted to Facebook. No, you're addicted to Facebook. Buddy, the kid is over in the corner like, I would like therapy, please. All right, feelings matter. Personal stories matter. But data? Data is how we put the receipts on the table and tell the truth with our chest. Let's hit 4 critical stats. 1 in 7 teens worldwide is living with a diagnosable mental disorder. That's not kids being dramatic. That is a global mental health emergency among developing brains. And remember, those are only the ones identified. You know how many kids are quietly drowning with a smile on? Teens who use social media over 3 hours a day see a 2 times increase in depression and anxiety symptoms. And no, it's not because they're weak. It's because the platforms are engineered like an emotional slot machine. Imagine telling a kid, here, have a cigarette. It might shorten your life, but you can't be left out socially. We are doing the digital version of that every day. Teen suicide is now the 2nd leading cause of death in young people. Teen suicide is now the 2nd leading cause of death in young people. Not car accidents, not disease, not violence, their own thoughts. And adults say the internet is just entertainment. No, it is sculpting identity, emotion, self-worth in real time. 95% of teens are on social media. More than 1/3 are almost constantly online. Constant simulation, constant comparison, constant performance, constant judgment. No wonder why they're overwhelmed. Humans weren't meant to live in a permanent talent show. If a generation is hurting, our job isn't to lecture them. Our job is to build a world where they can breathe again. When you hand a child a phone, you're not giving them a toy. You're giving them a portal to the world's beauty and its cruelty, to connection and comparison, to friendship and digital predators, to creativity and algorithms engineered to hijack identity. And these kids, our kids, are fighting a silent war inside a device adults barely understand. Not with fists, but with anxiety. Not with bruises, but with loneliness. Not in the streets, but in the comments, DMs, feeds. Whispers of not enough. Every generation has its battlefield. Ours was boots and grit. Theirs, it's screens and survival. And while they fight to grow up, some people profit from their struggle. Some ignore it, and some are out here doing the work to hold the line. So now, let's deal the cards. Teens, hold them. Y'all get a hold them. No hesitation. Kids today are trying to grow up during a loneliness epidemic, a social media battlefield, a culture of performance anxiety, a culture where everything is recorded and rated. And they are still laughing, still creating, still showing up, still trying. That's strength. That's resilience. That's heart. Teens, we hold you every time. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep showing up. We got you. Parents who show up, hold them. Not perfect parents, present parents. If you check in on your kids' mental health, set boundaries with love, are learning this tech landscape alongside them. Admit, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. Apologize when you get it wrong. Put your phone down to show them how to do it. You get a hold of them. Some of y'all are fighting work stress, bills, sleep deprivation, and still finding energy to protect your kid's heart. Respect. We hold you. Schools trying to fix this? Hold them. Districts banning phones during class, schools hiring counselors, principals building mental health programs, teachers watching for quiet breakdowns behind quiet smiles. That's not control, that's care. For every educator going above and beyond in a burned out system, hold them with gratitude. Tech companies, fold them. Tech giants, you knew what this did to kids' brains. You A/B tested childhood. You engineered addiction. You shipped dopamine traps disguised as connection. And when the data came back screaming harm, you didn't pull back. You doubled down. That's a fold 'em. Fold 'em hard. Until you build platforms that protect kids before profits, you sit at the bad table. Lawmakers dragging their feet, fold 'em. To elected officials who shrug at rising teen suicide rates, but spring into action to censor books faster than address online exploitation, fold them. Kids don't need culture war talking points. They need guardrails, funding, counselors, digital safety laws. If you won't fight for kids, you don't deserve the seat. Adults who say kids are just soft now, fold them. Let me say this with love and my Marine voice. They're not soft. They're overloaded. A battlefield changes, a warrior adapts. Kids today are fighting a different war: psychological, digital, social, identity driven, algorithm shaped. Cast your judgment aside, pick up some compassion, or fold yourself right out of the conversation. We don't fold our kids, we hold them. We fold systems that fail them. We fold companies that exploit them. We fold leadership that looks away. But our young people, we hold them every time, every day, until they can hold themselves. Because that's what community does. That's what family does. That's what this show stands for. Cue it with me. We hold them accountable so our kids don't carry the cost. Listen, if you're a teen watching this or a parent who loves one, you are not alone. You are not broken. You are not a burden. You're growing through one of the hardest cultural shifts in human history. Here's your immediate lifeline: 988 Suicide and Crisis Line, 24/7, free, confidential. If you want hope on your phone instead of chaos, check the episode description, links to teen mental health resources. Tonight, take one action. Parents, sit down with your teen. Teen, ask for support, not perfection. And together, make a family tech agreement. Write it down, honor it, make it, update it monthly. Protect each other, because kids shouldn't grow up fighting algorithms alone. They should grow up held, guided, and seen. Before we close tonight, I want to say something, not as a host, not as a Marine, but as a dad. I have a 16-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son. They are my world, my reason, my heartbeat walking outside my body. When I look at them, I see two futures I am responsible for protecting: the one they dream about and the one this world gives them. My daughter, she's right in the middle of this digital storm. She's growing up in a world where the phone in her hand can lift her up or break her spirit without making a sound. She's smart, she's strong, but even the strongest kids deserve peace. Even the bravest deserve a world that doesn't try to measure their worth in likes and comments. And my son, he's only 3. He doesn't know algorithms. He knows dinosaurs, snacks, and laughter. But one day, he's going to walk into the same world. And I refuse to just hand him chaos and say, "Good luck, kid." That's why this conversation matters. Because I want both of my kids and yours to grow up in a world where technology serves them, not the other way around, where their identity isn't downloaded, where their confidence isn't crowdsourced, and where their childhood is measured in memories, not screen time. This isn't about politics or trends. This is about our children's mental health, their safety, their future. And to every young person who submitted thoughts and stories for this episode, thank you. Truly, you trusted us with your truth. And I want you to hear me clearly. You were heard. Your voice matters. Your pain matters. Your hope matters. And we're not just listening. We're fighting alongside you. We're building a world where you don't have to perform to exist. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. Where adults show up, not just when it's easy, but when it's necessary. To the parents out there, we don't get to fold. Not on this, not on them. Our kids are watching how we fight for them. Let's make them proud. I'm doing this as a father, as a man trying to raise two good humans, as someone who refuses to let screens steal the spark from the eyes of the next generation. To my daughter, to my son, and to every kid listening tonight, we see you, we hear you, and we're right here with you. We hold you always. This was Hold 'em Accountable. Thank you for sharing the space. Now go hug your kids. Tell them they matter. Tell them the world still has room for their light. And then let's go build a world big enough for all of it.